Electrical, and let's see what's left. HVAC. How many HVAC do I have? Oh, very good. See, look at that. An eclectic mix, just like I promised you. So what does that mean? That means that I'll try to keep some of our examples as general as possible, but it'll be good for you to get to know each other. And when we start talking about networking, you'll come to understand why it's important to network and get to know everybody here, right? It'll be really cool to hear some of the examples and experiences of those of us that are in this class together, and hopefully you'll have a good time. So I just started the recording for those of us that will be listening to the recording. And what's on the screen right now is just a little bit overview of myself, just, how long I've been teaching. I've actually been teaching at Southern Tech for a few years now. I forgot to mention that. But again, just been teaching overall about 18 years now at a lot of different universities, both here and abroad. I really love it. I love teaching this class. I've actually taught this class at the primary school level. I've taught it for people with special needs, and I've taught it for college. And I really love teaching career services because I feel like, obviously with my eclectic career, I get to speak to people from different angles. Of course, my veterans, of course, we when we transfer out of the military, and maybe Bradley can attest to this, is it's you don't know what you're going to do. When I first left the military, I thought I was going to be a doctor, so I actually volunteered at the hospital. That lasted for like a couple of weeks. I realized, no, 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 I can't be a doctor. I can't stand the smell of hospitals. My brother's been in the medical field for about 25 years now. I don't know how he does it, but that wasn't for me. I then thought I was going to be computer science. I went to school for computer science, and this was back in the day. So we were like taking computers apart and all that kind of stuff. And I think I fell asleep on a couple of those courses. So I finally landed on business and in law, and decided to pursue the business field first, and then somehow ended up in IT, and now ended up in legal. So it varies and it evolves, right? And so that's how our career is. And so, I understand where you guys are. I started my college education while I was in the army, so and I was in an infantry unit. So that means that I was out with a backpack and a textbook in the back, and when I had time, I was looking at reading my textbook with a flashlight because that's just how life goes. So when we're talking about working and going to school, I know all about that. I know about that life. So that's why I try to be as supportive as I can for you guys, because I know exactly what you're going to. So we're going through. So we're gonna have a lot of fun in this class, and hopefully you will understand why. So you may say then, okay, why do I have to take this class? I'm in this trades program. Number one, I'm about to graduate. Why do I have to take this class now? And I'm sure some of us may have thought that. Being honest, has anybody thought that? It's okay. You won't hurt my feelings. How many people said, "Why am I taking? What is this about?" Oh, thank you, Anthony, for your honesty. Thank you, Charles. It is true. Why this class? Well, I'm gonna tell you something now. I'm gonna speak obviously from a business perspective, and probably this entire course is going to be from my perspective. Other people that teach the class, they may speak. I know one of my colleagues, he's in IT. He definitely teaches the class from an IT perspective. I like to teach it from a business perspective because I think everything is business, is it not? At the end of the day, yeah, you are going into a trade, but you're going to go work for a business. Either you're going to work for somebody else's business or you're going to start your own, right? But business is business. So, what I want people to understand is that understanding business can be a powerful asset for you as a tradesperson. Why is that? Because it opens doors beyond your hands on. At some point, you're going to get promoted. You're going to be a supervisor. You're going to be a manager. You're going to run the show. And it sets you up for leadership. It sets you up for, entrepreneurship and, long-term planning. So you need to understand the business of the trade that you are in. Is that not correct? And then most importantly, it helps you plan your success because now this may come as a surprise to some of you, but nobody is going to say, "Hey, guy, hey, let me show you how to be successful. Let me write your long term goals for you. You just graduated. Come with me." Now, I'll be honest with you. Back in the day, and you'll probably hear me say that a lot, but back in the day, that was a thing. I remember when I first left the military and I went to my first job, I was assigned a mentor. Yeah, good luck with that. Anybody assigned a mentor here lately at any of your jobs? And they sat down in HR and they said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And they created this mentorship plan for you because the objective was that you were going to be with that company for many, many years to come. You were going to lay roots with that company 10, 20 years, right? That is no longer the case. And so what has happened in lieu of that is many universities, many colleges have these types of courses now to help guide you in your career because that they don't do that in most companies nowadays. Right? So this class kind of fills that gap to help you do that. So in essence, it's all about you, right? It's all about you, and I think it helps to build your confidence. And when you go out and start your career, you'll have a better sense of, oh, okay, who am I? And, what is my long term goal? And what am I trying to achieve? When you go to a company, it won't just be, oh, I'm going to this company because they have a really good job opportunity, is the only person that hired me. You'll know specifically, why did I go to this job? What's my objective while at this job? And what are my next steps? And that's how you plan your career. I'm sure we've all heard the term, if you plan to fail, then you can fill in the blank, right? So if you fail to plan, then you're basically, flying by the seat of your own pants. And that's not something that you want to do. You want to actually plan out your career. And that is what this class is about. Does everybody understand that? The importance of this? Does that make sense, guys? Because having a career is not just graduating. Y'all saw me, I got a whole bunch of little stuff behind my name. None of that helped me. The only thing that gave me is another title and a certificate, and I was out the door. The rest was on me. So it takes more than just having a piece of paper to have a successful career. Will we agree with that? It takes planning, right? And some other tools that we're going to learn in this class. All right, let's hit it. So, what are some of the tools that you'll learn in this class? Will we teach you about different interviewing styles? Yes, we will, and that is where career services is going to be very instrumental at your respective campuses because they are going to talk to you from the perspective of your relative industries, right? So they're going to talk to you about interviewing in the VA program or in the welding program or in the electrical, right? They're going to talk to you from that perspective. And it's important for you to understand, what are the nuances of interviewing in that respective field. What I'm going to do is talk to you. I'm going to decipher the interviewing process for you. So I'm going to hit you with the academics. I'm going to hit you with here is all the different elements to interviewing. I'm going to break down all the technical questions and why they ask you, and here's how you answer. You are going to be a interview expert by the time I'm done with you. I promise you that. You're going to walk in with your head high and your chest out, not that you don't already, because you're going to be able to master the interviewing process. And so that is what we'll do inside the classroom. We'll also have another technique, and it's called informational interviewing. And this one is very important because it's all about networking. Who's heard that term before? Networking is sometimes it is about who you know. Now I know I hate to burst our bubble, but it is yeah, I see some hands are up. It is about who you know, but we're going to talk to you about how do you get to know people and how are they going to help you with that? Because guess what? Part of informational interview, part of getting your network is just talking to people. We used to call it picking someone's brain. Many of you who's ever had a job before, even if you haven't had a job, maybe you had an uncle or aunt or next door neighbor that you go over to them and you talk to them, you pick their brain, you ask them questions about certain things. Maybe you have someone that you know that was in the field that you're in now. Like what made you go into VA in the first place? Somebody had to talk to you about it. You had to inquire at some point about it, right? So you picked someone's brain or you probably Googled it and you learned about it. So when you're learning about your field, you will be picking people's brain all the time. We formally call that informational interviewing. So we're going to teach you how to do proper informational interviewing and how it's going to help you with your networking. Of course, you will be doing your resumes. Now, here again, I'm going to show you the structure of how you write a resume. I'm going to break down why it's important for you to have different elements and how you are going to use that resume to do what? To network. And that also includes social networking. Your career services department will work with you on your actual resume. And what they will be doing is helping you write your resume. They're going to sign off on it. If you've already gotten a resume from your career services, they'll just sign off on it saying, yep, this is the one we saw. This looks good for Anthony. And then you're going to turn in that resume next week with the signed copy that has been seen by career services. Because remember, guys, these guys are the ones that are going to help you and securing your first position. So you want them to see that resume. So yes, we will be talking about resume writing in this class, but your respective career services team will help you physically write your resume. All right. So how does the class work? Let's talk a little bit about that. But before we get into that, does anyone have any questions? Do we understand so far? We're all good? Everybody okay? All right. All right. All right. So let's get into it. So when it comes to the actual course, what does it look like? Let's start with attendance because I think this is very, very important. And if we understand how this part works, then we can understand how to be successful. Every day from Monday through Thursday, you have attendance requirements. There are two ways to get attendance. Number one, our live session starts at 6 p.m. sharp for our live recorded session. After the session is over, I will post this session in what we call past recordings. Each session, at the end of the session, will have some type of live session question and or assignment that you will need to complete before 10 p.m. Your attendance is then recorded from you turning in that assignment. If you do not turn in that assignment by 10 p.m., you will be marked absent. What are you saying, Ms. Taylor? I came, I listened to you blab for 45 minutes, and I don't get attendance? Unfortunately, yes, we got to know each other, and I really appreciate you coming to see me. But you must do that exit question and turn it in by 10 p.m. in order to receive attendance. If you cannot make a live session at 6 p.m., you're picking up your kid, you're late, whatever the case may be, and Ms. Taylor has finished her class, the live session is up by 7, you can go to that live session recording, you can watch it, grab that question, turn it in by 10 p.m., and you still get attendance. Do we all understand how attendance works? All right, all right, all right. Does anyone have questions regarding attendance? Now, I see this name and oh, I don't know if you have a question. Okay, you're just saying you understand. Okay. Is it Two Haven? Did I say that right? Ah, look at me. Look at me. I'm easily impressed with myself, Two Haven. So don't give me too many thumbs ups and hearts and start making me feel good. Okay, good. But I'm glad I got that right. You can go ahead and drop your hand if you don't have a question. All right. Now, glad we got that. Communication is important, guys, right? This is an online class. It's like having a long distance relationship. How are we going to get to know each other? We have to communicate. Would you not agree? I know we're in a long distance relationship for the next month. So communication is going to be very, very important. You are going to have several ways to reach out to me. You can email me. I'm going to give you my email address. You can call me. You can text me. You can do whatever you need to do to get a hold of me, right? I am your instructor and I want you to be successful. And the only way that you can be successful is if you communicate. Do we not agree that communication is key? Communication is key. And some of y'all already know it, big. And this is why I keep looking down, by the way, because I have my cell phone, because I'm getting pinged by some of your colleagues already. They already know the importance of communication. I do not care. I'm not one of those. I know everybody's different. I prefer the communication because I don't like ambiguity. Anybody else like that? I'm very linear to a fault. So I prefer communication. Now, I am going to let me caveat that. I'm old school. That means I'm past 50. Don't text me long-winded stuff. If you got a whole bunch to say, call me. Just text me. Hey, Miss Taylor, I need to talk to you really quickly. I'll say fine. Now, if it's quick and short, text me. Yeah, I know. Now I know some of y'all younger people. Listen, don't do that because I'm not gonna read it. You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna say I got 3 paragraphs. I didn't read it. What is it you have to say? Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not doing it. All right, very good. So I'm gonna show you where to get my phone number and all that in a minute. But it's gonna be very. Don't be shy. We know each other now. That's why I got myself on the video. Y'all see me. I'm not scary. Here I am. All right, we're good. You're gonna call or text me. Got it? All right. Now, let's talk a little bit about assignments and how this works. And I want you to really pay attention to this because it's a little bit different from your participation. All of your assignments are open on Monday of each week. What does that mean, Ms. Taylor? That means that your Monday assignments, your Tuesday assignments, your Wednesday assignments, your Thursday assignments. I did not say participation. I said assignments. They all open on Monday and they all close all together on Sunday. So does that mean my assignment today, Ms. Taylor, is going to stay open till Sunday? Yep. Does that mean that my assignment for Thursday is already open? Yep. And when do they all close? On Sunday. The only time you won't have until Sunday is in week 4 when the course ends on that Thursday, August 28th. I know that may be a little confusing, but I want to make sure we understand that. Does anybody have any questions on that? Trust me, I'll go over this again and again. Go ahead, TT. I already gave you a nickname. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tyler. Tyler, did you have a question or you just let me know you understand? I think he's just letting me know he understands. Okay. Mariana, you have a question? Are you guys? All right. So thumbs up means I'm good. Hands up means I have a question. So if you put your hand up, I'm going to think you have a question. Go ahead, Mariana. It says you're off mute, but we can't hear you. Sorry, Marianne, we can't hear you. If you can say hello when you're able to, go ahead and I'll listen. But right now we can't hear you. All right. So then, what do your grades look like? So here's the weighted groups for each section. 25% of your grade is attendance. That little attendance assignment that I said you're responsible for. 40% of your grade are all those assignments that I said that will open on Monday and they close on Sunday. 40% of your grade. You will have a final part project that's 15% of your grade. It'll be done in stages, but it's 15% of your grade. You have a midterm next Thursday. It's 10% of your grade. And then you have a final. And I'm already feeling you guys. It's not as bad as it looks, right? 10% of your grade. Does anyone have any questions on how grades are done? Tyler and Mariana, you guys are giving me anxiety with these hands. Okay. All right, sounds good. Now, don't panic, guys. You got this. Guess what? Everything I just said is going to happen one day at a time. And I'm sure our parents and grandparents have told us how do you worry about things? One day at a time. So everything I just told you, forget about it. The only thing I want you to worry about today is today. Is that good? We just gonna worry about today. We're not gonna worry about all that stuff Miss Taylor just said because she just gave us a headache. All right. So let's do this. What I want to do right now, I'm gonna do two things. I am first going to give you your participation assignment for today, and then we're going to walk through the course together. So do not leave. I want to make sure you understand a couple of things, especially where to get my contact information so you can't leave anyway. All right? So here is your participation question for today. It states, what do you hope to gain from this course? Uh-oh, I see a mistake already. It's supposed to be 6 p.m. Sorry, guys. What do you hope to gain from this class? And what I'm going to do really quickly is change that because I don't want anybody to get that confused if they watch it back. What do you hope to gain from this course? What do you hope to gain from this course? Give you a minute to write that down. What do you hope to gain from this course? Answer it in a complete sentence. I'm going to show you where to answer it in a few. And I see here that, Tyler, I see that you sent me something. I'll look at it in a minute. Hopefully, nothing. I'm going to put my number up in a minute, Tyler, so you can text me in a minute if you don't know how to get to it. Okay? What do you hope to gain from this course? All right? All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to the classroom. So I'm setting it up. I have a brand new computer, but I keep using this computer and it's slower than what I would like. Anybody else like that? Just refuse to give things up and just move to the better option? Some people say, yeah, my boyfriend. No. Why I just don't use my other computer. All right. So I'm going to share the classroom. All right. Somebody give me a thumbs up if you can see the actual classroom. Very good. Thank you so much, guys. All right, we're in the classroom now, and I'm going to switch over to student view so y'all don't see all that stuff I got going on. So when you log into your course, it's going to look like this. Now, it's a couple of areas I want you to pay attention to. Number one, right in the middle, it starts with the class, right? So it tells you, you're in class. It starts on the 4th. It ends on the 28th. It tells you where to access your live sessions. Most of you went there today because you're here. But where do you get past live sessions? You go right here. And then let me do this now, too. I'm going to turn my video off just so because my computer's doing something wonky. All right. So here's your past sessions, right? So you click here. And what will happen is as soon as we're done, I'm going to, set the live session up. And it's actually a YouTube I set up. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to post it right here. So at about 7 o'clock or so, you can come back here and you can click on it and you'll have the live session. Now, obviously, you guys won't need it because you're in class. But let's say tomorrow or the next day, for whatever reason, you're not able to make it, you can just come here by 7 o'clock. And sometimes it'll be up even before 7. So tomorrow, Tuesday, you can click on it. And then you can actually see the recording and you can get the live participation question. Normally, it is at the end. And you can go to that assignment and post your answer. So that is how you access the live session, just by clicking on your home page, scrolling down a little bit, and going to past sessions, right? Now, the next thing that's very important is your week one. We're in week one. I set up these little icons so to make it easier for you to navigate the course. Actually, let me talk to you about announcements really quickly. Every day, mostly every day, I'll send you an announcement and it should go to your email. But for whatever reason, if you don't see an announcement, I encourage you to always just go here to announcements just to see, did Miss Taylor say something? Sometimes there's a storm or the power goes out. Y'all know how Florida is, and there could be an announcement. So, in the announcement that I sent out today, it had a lot of great information. It talked to you about things like uh, who I am. It talked about when the classes start, both at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. if you're in the evening. It talked about being online. It talked about different things like if you're at Orlando campus, you're required to go to campus. If you're at Arbondale, you're required to go to Arbondale. Fort Myers, ATA, you're actually running on a different platform. So if you click on your announcements, you'll have an extra little, it says Fort Myers, ATA. And then your rules for being on campus, you will see it in your announcements. And then if you scroll down a little bit further here, it'll talk about the live lecture stuff I already just stated. The percentage of points that you get for that. And then most importantly, it gives you my contact information, right? So for the fastest way is to text me at 689-224 5790. So let me say it again, 689-224 5790. I say that because I know some people actually call in. So if you hear me repeat things, it's for people that have called in and not have joined on the video. And then my email address is very simple. It's just ctaylor@stc.edu. And then for the ATA, I actually have one that says ctaylor@ata.edu. Any questions on this so far? All good? So Tyler, I see your hand is still up. So if you have a question, there's my number. You can text me real quick. I can make sure I take care of whatever you need. All right? All right, so let's go back to the home page. What we're going to do is we're actually going to go to week one. I want everybody, if you can, let's do it together. The very first thing you should do, some of you may have already done it at your campuses, is before you can access anything, you have to do what we call an online pledge, and it's right here at the beginning. So we're going to go ahead and click here. This online pledge is basically just an affirmation statement that says that, number one, that you understand that this is an online class, it's self-directed, which means that it's your responsibility. You're going to have to be self-disciplined. You're going to have to do your assignments. You're an online learner, and so you got to be responsible for your own progress. You don't have to ask the teacher or anybody else, hey, where am I with this? Because I'm going to show you where you can go to get your grades and to be able to monitor where you are with things. And then most importantly, you have to do your own work. So that means that you cannot ask your little sister to do your homework for you. You cannot give her your password and let her log in and do your work for you, right? So what you're going to do, I've already done it for the class, but there's a button that asks you to confirm, or it says take quiz, right? Some of you, if you're following along with me, you should see it. It should say take quiz. So you take quiz, it just basically give you this statement and you say, I agree, and hit it and submit it. That is very important. You cannot open up any assignment until that is done. So I encourage all of you to do it now. Now, once you do that and you hit next, you see next down there at the bottom, it actually takes you to your readings. But even before you get to your readings, you may have to activate your book. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go back home just to show you how to do that. There's other ways you can do it, but I just think the landing page is just more visibly appealing. Um, if you go back to week 1, because you can just click modules over there, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. Once we've done our online pledge, the next step is to click connect to your online book. So you do that by clicking here, and then it asks you to activate your subscription, right? So you just want to click there, and it says, thank you for activating your subscription. Now, once you do that, there's always a next button at the bottom right. You can click on it, and then it takes you to your book. You can read it or don't read it now. Let's go ahead and go back home, but now it's open. And we want to focus, right? We want to know, okay, what did you want me to read? Go back to week 1. And I just kind of want to show us where we are with it, because technically every time you hit next, what's happening is taking you down to the next section. So we did our online pledge, then we hit next, we did our connect to our book, and then now we're at the actual reading. So I'm just going to click here. It tells you welcome to week 1, and it tells you what chapters we want you to read for week 1. We would like for you to read chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 7, right? Obviously not all in one day. So we're going to start with chapter 1. So start reading chapter 1 today. All right. Okay, it's okay, Tyler. It's okay. And then if you hit next, here is where you'll do your live participation question. So for those of you that already have it written down, or you're ready to do it, what you're going to do is notice that the question is actually not here, and we do that on purpose because we want you to watch the video. But once you have your question and you have your answer ready, you click on Start Assignment. Now, once you click on Start Assignment, it's going to give you some options. It's going to say, okay, what do you want to do? You want to upload a file? You're going to be like, no, she just asked me one question. I can type it in. So you can just click on Text Entry, and then in a complete sentence, you're going to answer the question, blah, 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 blah. And once you've done that, then you're going to go and hit Submit Assignment. And guess what? You just got attendance. That's how that works, right? Now we're going to pretend like we did that. And then what happens after that? Now I'm going to click Next. And it is going to take me to my actual assignment for the day. This is that assignment that is going to be open from today through Sunday. And this assignment does require you to read a little bit of chapter 1. And the assignment says, how can an online presence like LinkedIn and Instagram, and we'll be talking a lot about those, enhance your career and access to potential employers? It asks you to give 2 examples of that, right? So you're going to read a little bit of chapter 1, or if you want to Google it and do a little bit of research, and then answer this question, full complete sentences, guys, right? Give me 2 examples of how those an online presence can enhance your career, right? Simple stuff, right? Let me tell you, the work is not hard. Obviously, it's going to get a little bit more difficult than this, but you don't want it to pile up. So just because Ms. Taylor said, I got till Sunday, you don't want to have till Sunday, because by the time Sunday comes, you'll have 10 assignments, and nobody wants that drama, right? Especially our significant others that want to spend time with us. So we want you to get this done as soon as possible. The last thing I want to show you is your grades. So you can see that, oh, actually, let me show you modules, because I've been showing you home, and it kind of walks you through the assignments week by week. But if you ever want to kind of just look at the whole table of contents for the course, you can always just click on modules, and you can scroll through, and you can kind of see what all your assignments are going to look like for the entire program. Even though you won't have access to them until that week is open, you can at least see. Make sense? All right, guys. The last thing is grades. So like I said before, you don't ever have to wonder where you are with an assignment, because you can see all of your assignments under grades, and you'll know you'll turn it in, because right now I did not turn in my participation assignment. I'm pretending I'm masquerading as a student. And I did not do my participation assignment right now. That's why I have that little dash there. Now, once I turn it in, that dash will turn into a little piece of paper with squiggly lines on it. That'll let me know I turned in my assignment. Miss Taylor just has not graded it yet. Once Miss Taylor grades it, then I'll have an assignment, 100 over 100, because I don't do anything less than 100. And if I come here and it says 100 over 100, I know I have my grade. All right. Do we all understand how that works? So you never have to wonder where you are. If you're rocking and rolling and you're turning in things left and right because you're an overachiever, bam, 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 bam. You can always come here, see where I am with the grading, see what your response, the responses are. If you ever have a question about your grade, hit me up, and there we have it. Does anyone have any questions about the online course modality? Let me come back. All good? Rock stars? Look at all these rock stars. All right. So let me stop that. Let me stop sharing here so I can see you. All right, my friends. Well, guess what? I promised you I was going to get you out of here 45 minutes. You have some reading to do. I want you to go and do what? What are we about to go do right now? Somebody tell me. What are we about to do right now? Somebody tell me.
Read chapter 1.
And before we even do that, what are we about to do?
Do our pledge.
Oh, that's a good one. Yes. And then what happens after that? We're going to do what?
Do the assignment.
The question. Answer questions.
Answer what question?
What our goals are for the class.
Thank you so much. So we are not gonna go. We are not gonna go have that dinner that's waiting on that. We're gonna do that live participation question because I just listened to this lady talk for 45 minutes and I'm gonna get my attendance if I don't do anything else. Yes? Do that online pledge and do that assignment. And then you can take a break. Yes? Do we understand?
Yep.
Please don't let me down. I see all you. If I don't get 100% attendance from everybody here, I am going to be baffled. I am going to be baffled and confused and a little bit hurt because that's going to tell me somebody did not understand because clearly they could have knocked that out. So I want to make sure we all understand what we need to do. Yes? Help your neighbors. Help your neighbors. All right. All right, my friends, guess what? I am going to give you back your time. I'm going to give you back your time. I know I just had somebody join, so I'm going to walk him or her through this. But anybody else, unless you have any questions, the rest of you are free to go. I will see you guys back here tomorrow. Have a good night. Have a good night, guys. Ezekiel, I saw you recently joined. I'm not sure how much you heard. I'm going to throw up the live participation question because this is something you need to take really quickly. But what I'm going to have you do, Ezekiel, because we just spent about 45 minutes on, I want you to, hold on, take down this question, and then I'm going to have you watch the video, Ezekiel. Unless you have any specific questions for me, let me give you my phone number really quickly. Let me give you my phone number because it's going to be important. Hopefully you have something to write with. I can't hear you, so I know some people are having microphone difficulties. But my number is 689 224 5790. That's 689 224 5790. You can always reach me at ctaylor@STC, or if you're at ATA, ctaylor@ATA. Take down this question because you'll need to post this question in the assignment in order to get attendance. You can also watch it in the video once you watch the video, but since you're here, I want you to go ahead and take this really quickly. Just jot it down. It's a simple question. It's like an exit question for the live session. It says, what do you hope to gain from this course? This question needs to be answered before 10 p.m. in order for you to get your attendance. So it's really important that you write this question down and turn it in before 10 p.m. All right? Jeremiah, K. John, I'm not sure if you guys have any questions or y'all just stepped out to go get a sandwich. All right, my friends. Oh, you have a question, K. John? K1, how do you pronounce it? Did I do that right? Is it Kaiwan? Is it Kaiwan or K. John? I'm not sure. Oh, I did it right. All right, all right. All right, guys. Enjoy your evening. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know. You can call if you want.